So I was hospitalized for 3 months in ICU. I never left the SICU unit until I went to a rehabilitation center for 6 weeks. And let me tell you, rehab is no picnic. I was still undergoing a lot of complications. I had an inner ear imbalance, which caused me to be completely nauseous, almost 24/7. I remember being in the physical therapy room with literally a bucket next to me the entire time, each session. It was just so hard to get through. After leaving Spaulding Rehab, I went back into Beth Israel with a failure to thrive diagnosis. And this is what they typically give preemies as their diagnosis, because I wasn't getting better. And part of it was because of the inner ear imbalance. I was nauseous, I wasn't gaining weight. I was probably about 25 pounds lighter than I am now, and a diet that I would not recommend people go on. And it was incredibly upsetting to have been through the 6-month period hospitalized. And then I went back to live with my parents. And I don't know about you, I don't know if you spent a weekend with your parents recently, but I literally had to move into their house for 6 months. And I was also readmitted back into the hospital 11 times over that 6-month period for anywhere from 2 nights to 11 nights for rejection episodes, high potassium levels, extreme nausea. It was just one complication after another. And I remember going into the doctor's office with my parents one day. They lived 55 miles outside of Boston. And getting there, and I literally was in the same wetsuit that I had worn for probably a week. I probably hadn't taken a shower in 3 days. And I met with my doctor, and I met with my nurse practitioner, who was still with me today. And the news was not good, and I was just completely depressed. I mean, I was so really almost suicidal at times. And my doctor had left, and Erin was in the room, and I looked at her and I said, "Erin, will I ever get better?" And she looked at me almost stunned, like not knowing what to say, and she said, yes, you will. And she gave me so much hope. When I was really hopeless. So sometimes I think it's okay to tell a white lie, because she had no idea, and I know that she didn't. I think that she was very surprised that I asked and didn't know how to respond. And I think her gut instinct was the best one, to say something positive. And I understand, I think it's just amusing. Many of my doctors have been very kind and have done amazing interviews for the media about this story. And they're very, very straightforward. And you have to be. I mean, you're making life and death decisions every day. But having her say that to me was the best thing that I could have heard at that moment, at that time. And I think it really did help me to think, okay, I'm going to get better. It's going to take long. It's going to take a long time. But every day I'm going to get to a better place. So again, it's the compassionate communication that a nurse, a doctor, somebody who's sitting at the nurse's station, a social worker, somebody who's cleaning your room can say that will make all the difference, and again, cost nothing. It's just having a greater awareness